Mark Henry back on your Mark Show, powered and sponsored by Epic Sports Apparel. Every play I compete, iron sharpens iron. This is what we do, man. Back in it. Happy New Year to everybody. January is here, man. We're in 2022. We're going to be doing some big things. Now we're going to turn it over to my guy. Let me tell you, Coach Kevin Pointer from SAGU, Southwest Assemblies of God University down in Waxahachie, man. First of all, congratulations on the bowl victory.
Thank you.
Also, man, we're going to talk about a couple things that he's doing off the field as well, but we're going to talk football first. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
So, Coach, tell me about, first of all, let's talk about SAGU first. Tell us a little bit for people who don't know about the university, where it's located, and the program just a little bit.
All right, so SAGU, well, Southwestern Assembly of God University is located in Waxahachie, Texas. That's probably 25 minutes south of here. Before you get to Waco, you know, if you sneeze, I mean, it's pretty big. So if you don't sneeze, you won't miss it. But you know, it's a growing town, man. Me growing up, being born and raised in Waxahachie, like I knew about SAGU, about the campus being there, but like I didn't know about football. So, matter of fact, one of my coaches, his name is Ricky Don Sargent. He was one of the members that started the football program at SAGU, and his brother is Broderick Sargent. They used to play running back for the Cowboys back in the day. So,
Okay.
you know, like they got the football program started there at SAGU. My head coach, Ryan Smith, he played quarterback for SAGU. Our AD, Jesse Gotting, was his head coach. So if anybody like watches our game and see how animated he is or whatever, it's just his passion for it because he went through like anything you can think of. Like I think he still holds the sack record, like how many times he got sacked in a game, you know, but it's blood, sweat, and tears on that field that he himself as a quarterback played for SAGU. So that's why it's so deep, and that's why it's like him being the head coach, it means so much to him because that's where he, matter of fact, he got 2 degrees from SAGU. So, you know, it's a real, you know what I'm saying, deep thing there. Real deep.
Well, definitely, man. You guys are doing some big things over there. Let's touch on the season a little bit now. Heading into August, you know, in the fall camp, what was the kind of what was kind of some of the things that you guys were instilling, you know, in the guys, and you know, did you have any you know, mantras or mottos, or what was that like coming into August, heading into the fall?
So with Coach Smith, he always has something for the year. So last year it was reap results, you know. So what we sow, we gonna reap, you know, and we'll reap the results, you know what I'm saying, of our harvest, you know. So it was just like, man, put the work in, you know, just like say, man, when I got there in 2019, we went 0-10. We didn't win a game. So like me getting the opportunity to be out there with a new position, coaching D line and stuff like that. I inherited a great D line from Coach Jannard Johnson, you know, who left and went and got a DC job at Rice High School, you know, and so it was like me jumping in a Maserati, you know, I ain't have to do nothing to it, just get in and drive. And the guys like accepted me because they knew me because I was there when I coached DB. So it's like, you know, okay, we know Coach KP, and you know, we know that, you know, he gone. So it took me a little while to get into the groove. I sat with Coach Johnson after like the first 3 games and watched film with him on Sundays just to get like his verbiage and how he used to coach the D line, just so it'll be familiar to him. But then I put my own spin to it. You know, I took like the D ends and put them in 2-point stand instead of 3, just because of the simple fact, like if a scout get hold to that tape, then it's like, oh, we can put him at an outside linebacker instead of an end. You know what I'm saying? But man, the guys bought in, man, and I mean it was a long season, man. We played 12 straight games, no bye. You know, and then you know if you put it into perspective, like after 2019, then we going in, boom, COVID hit. During the COVID season, we played 2 games. You know, we went 1-1. Then after that, we went spring, went 4-3. You know, and then come out of spring and go into a season. So this is our first spring since 2019 right here. This is gonna be our first spring since 2019 because we played in the spring last year. So It's been a long road, man. It's been a long road, but it was, man, it was, it was a fun one though. It was a fun one though, for sure, for sure.
Now, talk about the ups and downs of a season like that. 12 games. It kind of goes up. You're doing well. You got a couple losses. You and I talk all the time. You had a tough one. I believe you went up to Langston and you beat a ranked team in the country. Uh,
Man, we beat Langston, and it's not to brag
no doubt.
anything like that, you know what I'm saying? But it's all facts. Like we beat Langston twice in the same year. Cause we played them in the spring of
Right.
2021,
Right.
and we played them in the fall of 2021,
Right.
and that was the first time in school history.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we made history twice. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Really, we made history 3 times.
Right.
But it was, man, I the crazy part about it, man, was like the spring game. My coach came in, Coach Smith came in one of our meetings and was like, man, Langston gonna tell anybody if you got somebody coming to the game, man, tell them they gonna have to sit somewhere else because the band gonna sit, they gonna take up the whole visitor side.
Right.
I'm thinking in my head like, ooh, they just gonna turn us up.
Right.
That's exactly what happened.
Right.
Like by them, like I get their mindset, like it was gonna throw us off or whatever, but nah, like it actually turned us up. And I mean, man, like I say, man, we went in and made history, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Langston, man. But, it was just one of them things, man, like when you catch up to what everybody else is doing, and then you got some guys that are hungry for wins. And I mean, I'm not just talking about the guys that were there from 2019. I'm talking about guys that come from Mississippi, guys come from California, not even knowing what's, you know what I'm saying, like what they getting themselves into. Shout out to Coach Chase Paramore, man. That dude go out and I mean, he went out, him and Coach Smith, man, they put together and went out and got some dudes. With Coach Smith being from Mississippi, like he knew exactly what he wanted to do. He went down there and hit boom, 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 and came back with some dudes. And then Coach, with California shutting down and not playing, like it just gave us opportunity. We went and got some guys from California. Like I say, man, them guys just off the word of Coach Paramore and Coach Smith took a leap of faith and came down and I mean, we reaped the results. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Well, definitely, man. You guys, like you said, you came in 0-10, and in 2 years, it takes to build a program like that,
Right.
to change the mindset, into a winning mentality, which is great, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to bring you on to talk about that as well, uh, and to talk about several things going into the college recruiting, what you guys kind of look for. Again, this is Coach KP, Kevin Pointer from SAGU down in Waxahachie's college program. Check them out, man. They're on the cusp of doing some big things. And I talk about you guys got a chance to get into a bowl game this year. So give me a little insight on that and what that was exciting about. I had a chance to come watch it. The energy was great, man.
Oh,
And then the stadium in Waxahachie, that's a classic. Probably one of the older classic stadiums in the state of Texas, and Waxahachie. Shout out to Waxahachie High Schools, plays great football there, and rich tradition and history. But the atmosphere was real live, and I got a chance to see that firsthand. But talk about the Victory Bowl.
Okay, first we're gonna have to get, the A is silent, so it ain't wax, it's Waxahachie.
Waxahachie.
There
Okay,
we
see,
go.
that's why we mess
go.
it up.
Yeah. But nah, man, like, so going into that Langston game, it was like, we need to win this game or we're gonna have to get on the bus and go to Kansas, play in the cold. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so it was like, that was like an extra incentive that we put in them. Hey man, so we can host it.
Right.
We can host the bowl game.
Right.
And like for some reason, man, it was just like towards the end of the season or like mid-season when we started having like home games back to back. I don't really know his name, but shout out to the guy, I think he's over like music or whatever. Like he brought the drum line out to the home games, man, and that he just don't know how much that meant and how much it breathes into the players to go hard because we got somebody playing and it's everybody start moving. Like normally our sideline is just like not dead, but like, that kind of like crunk it up a little bit,
Right.
and then the players out there, they hearing it, so it makes them go just a little bit harder. But the bowl game atmosphere, man, was something, cause we had to do like community service project out at Lakeview Retreat Center, which is going towards Maypearl. And we met the other team out there, and people took pictures, and then we had just like the big guys do a bowl game. Both teams in the same spot, we eating and all coaches and all that type of stuff. Man, we had guest speakers and all that, which was good. Shout out to Reverend Purvey, SAGU alum. You know what I'm saying? I mean, great guy. You know what I'm saying? So like he was the MC of the whole event, stuff like that. But man, when it came down to game time, it was like, hey man, yeah, we at home. Like, and I mean, I think it would have been the same if we did have to go to Kansas. I think it probably would have been worse because we had to be on that bus for, I think it's like 8-hour trip or something like that. So it's like, man, hey, it's really about to go down. But, man, we went and took care of business to make sure that we hosted that bowl game, and it was just important for us. First time in SAGU history, go 9-3, I think in 2015 they won the Victory Bowl. 17 they didn't win, but then we come and first time going 9-3, first time back-to-back winning seasons with the spring season too. So, a lot of history was made, man, from like I say, from the COVID to from 2019 to now, history was made, man. And I'm just blessed. I'm blessed to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's another episode and we can talk about my story and all that type of stuff. But like it's like I'm really blessed to be in the situation that I'm in right now.
Well, definitely, man. Again, congratulations on that, man. You guys did a great job taking care of business. The thing that I noticed, I got there kind of end of the first, going into the second, but you guys went in there and made some adjustments, came out and got on a couple of guys. I saw you guys as a coaching staff, and the mindset was different when you came out for the second half, and you kind of just put it on them. You know what I'm saying? Talk about those adjustments a little bit. Give me a little insight on what coaches do, kind of, maybe people don't hear about or know about these things behind the scenes, but just making those adjustments and getting those guys aligned right to come out and get the victory.
So this is one of Coach Smith's big things. When we go in at halftime, reset. The same way you got crunk, listening to music, put your headphones on at halftime, hey, get back into that zone. You know what I'm saying? Us as coaches, man, like defense, me, D-line, like the first thing I do, I go to the DC and be like, hey, Coach Hudgens, shout out to Coach Jared Hudgens too. Coach Hudgens, what we doing? Because if my D-line don't need to change nothing, then I need to go and just make sure that they got, PBJs, something to drink, something to get ready to go back out. On the offensive side of the ball, the guy that's in the booth, he come down, let them know what he see. And they just put it together. You know what I'm saying? Like they get on the board, say, okay, hey, this was good, this was good, this was good. And it's really, like I say, the guys come in, we got a speaker in this locker room, we got a speaker in this locker room, defense over here, offense over here, and you got two different types of music going on, but everybody's getting back into that mode. Some guys got their AirPods in, some guys got their beats on, but they getting back into it. The same way you got, ready for the, first half of the game, go in there and get ready for the second half. And that's one of Coach Smith's big deals. Like, reset, go do the same thing you were doing. We're not finna yell at them. We're not finna, now we'll call, hey, D-line, hey, look, we finna do, X, Y, and Z. Or, hey, so we gonna go from 2 1s and 2 5s. We gonna do something different. We gonna go to 1, a 3, and a 7 and a 5. Stuff like that. But it, hey man, our whole thing is if it ain't broke, we ain't gotta fix it.
Well, definitely, man. You guys, I could definitely tell it changed up, and y'all turned it up a notch a little bit, and you got the victory and ended your season on the right way, and so you got big things popping on the horizon, man. Again, it's no doubt. This is Coach Kevin Porter from SAGU down in Waxahachie Texas. Waxahachie, Texas. He was on me about that. This is my guy, man. I call him Coach KP, and he's a good friend. Now, let's talk about kind of what you guys look for. Looking for a player coming into SAGU. One of the big things, that I'm involved in and we talk all the time is recruiting. So tell me, if you're a D-line coach, what do you kind of look for in a defensive lineman that you're recruiting?
Well, I'm coaching running backs now.
Oh, you done switched the game up.
Man,
okay.
Man, my head coach said, hey, man, I need you on this side of the ball. So he wanted me over there. But just somebody that's going to come in with tenacity, man.
Okay.
Like, with a motor that don't quit. not afraid of the weight room, really want to get in the weight room and change his body. Like I go when I go recruiting, I go to high schools and I tell those seniors, if you come to me in May or August and you look the same way like I'm seeing you right now, that means you wasn't in the weight room.
Right.
So that means like you're gonna be just a regular Joe.
Right.
Cause you have to understand, like it ain't like we just got high school guys at SAGU. And don't get me wrong, we do. The whole D line was from end to end. You had Irving MacArthur, Katy, Texas, Waxahachie, Texas, Georgetown High School. The whole D line was high school guys. But if you look at them, you'll be like, oh yeah. They them dudes.
Right.
You know, because they take the weight room serious. That's one, you know, like those guys, when it was our time to lift, like I can just sit over there and continue working because you had leaders in that group that made sure that they got it in. No matter, it wasn't any plan. And if you was, they're going to get on you and tell you, hey, man, just leave.
Right.
You know, because you disturbing the groove. So, got to be willing to work. You got to be willing to come in and work. And you have to be willing to come in and work and understand your role. Like, understand as a freshman, you want to get on the field. So, you want to kick off return, punt return, by any means. Ain't nothing wrong with special teams.
Right.
You look at Matt Slater for the Patriots.
Pro bowler, perennial Pro bowler.
And that's all he do.
Right.
Special teams.
Right.
Ain't nothing. He gets a check in his bank account every Tuesday.
Right.
Special teams.
Yep.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
He get his ring the same size as the other fellas.
Got as many diamonds as
Brady, Belichick, and everybody else.
It's the same.
Right.
But come in knowing your role.
Right.
You know, okay, boom, I got somebody ahead of me that's a senior. Okay, so let me work. Let me look at him. Let me follow him. Let me shadow him. So then I can see what I need to do to be in that spot whenever he graduate. You know, and that's the thing. Don't come in with the expectations of, you know, wow, I'm just going to come right in and start. I'm not saying you can't, but it's all on you.
Right.
Depends how you going to take this on when you get in that position. Are you going to come in full steam ahead, eating right, sleeping right? First of all, are you going to your classes? Are you going to chapel? That's big.
Right.
Because you can't have one without the other.
Right. And, you know, that's another thing about SAGU is, you know, you guys are heavy on the religion. It's part of the school curriculum.
It's part of, you have to go to chapel.
Right.
Now, the cool part about it is with SAGU, it used to be every day of the week. It used to be 5 days a week.
Right.
Now it's 3 days a week. It's Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But like I tell guys when I do go recruit, what's the difference in TCU and Baylor?
Absolutely.
They got to go to chapel too.
People don't know that, huh?
It's the same thing.
Right. Okay.
It's the same thing.
Right.
But what make a difference? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the difference?
Right.
Are you logo chasing?
Say it again.
Are you logo chasing?
Right.
Are you trying to get education and play football?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like if it's just about playing football and getting an education, why? This is what I tell kids. Make the right decision. Because ultimately, your parents are the one that get messed up on the back end. Because you go off somewhere, you have them buying pillows, comforter sets, microwaves, refrigerators, and all this type of stuff, food and all that. And then within a year, them same parents that took you to that school is coming to that school to pick you up and bring all that stuff back.
Right.
When, especially guys in that area, when you could have just stayed right there and played football and get a degree from a great school.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like, now, there are some things that we don't offer. Like, we've lost some, I mean, like, good dudes, prospects and stuff like that because we don't have, like, engineering and stuff like that. And so, the guys are like, man, I don't have that coach. I'm like, no, we don't. So then they tend to go somewhere else that does. And that's fine, you know, but it's one of those things. It is heavy on religion. It's a Assemblies of God school, you know. So, but like I tell the guys with chapel, go in there with an open mind. It's just like today. Coach had told us the other day in the meeting, hey, guys, I just need you guys to come in and make sure that the new guys get in and blah, 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 blah. So like I was going literally like just make sure that the new guys got in and then I was going to dip and go back, you know, but something told me to stay. And the guys that started speaking on friendships, you know, and he brought up like, I think it was Proverbs 18:24, you know, and it's like a brother, you know, so like the whole time he talking about friendships, I'm like, oh, ooh. And then I ran into some new guys that was like, yeah, coach, I needed that. And I told him, you will find something if you come in with an open mind. Something will tug at you, tug at your heart, tug at your soul, where you'll be like, man, is he talking to me? How did he know? You know,
Yeah.
things that, and that's like I say, that's God's land or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
So things that you think you can get away with, you're not gonna get away with, especially when
Absolutely.
you have godly people that's in position like coaching and stuff like that. Like it's a lot of stuff guys think they can get over and then they come right back to me anyway.
Right.
When all you have to do is tell me the truth in the first place.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But, you know, hey, man, that's how God worked, though.
And absolutely, again, Coach Kevin Pointer with SAGU down in Waxahachie, Texas.
There we go.
We got it now.
That's
Look,
it. That's
I'm
it.
getting it now. I'm getting it now. Now, let's talk about another thing that's prominent now, and I think that we kind of deal with as well is 707. We're both about to get on that thing right now. Shout out to Dedication and Respect Sports.
Shout out.
We about to get it cracking down next week in Houston. Shout out to Month.
Hey,
Coach J.
King
Classic is coming up in Houston, man. It's going down. Shout out to KFA and Coach King and those guys, Coach Heiss, my guy Derek Childress and those guys. They do a great job with that organization. But 707, as a college coach, how important is that, in kids' development? You've seen it firsthand being within the 707 realm, but then we've talked about this before in the conversations we have. You like to see that, and you even go and talk up kids during and in between games at those tournaments. So, talk about 707 as far as development and how guys are developing better coming into college and more prepared by playing 707.
So, for one, it all depends on the offense that the guys will go to at a college. But if they are throwing the ball around, 7-on-7 is very important in my opinion.
Right.
Now, let's not get it twisted. There are kids that are getting offers from 7-on-7.
Right.
I've seen it.
Right.
And can't nobody tell me nothing different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, but my thing is, as a college coach, when I'm out there, man, I'm really talking guys about body language. That's one thing that I learned from John Kidner when he was at the head coach at Waxahachie High School, and I was doing his 7-on-7. It was body language. Like a kid could have made a touchdown if his body, he would rip. Body language.
Right.
It means a lot, especially when you have people out there, because who are you representing?
Right.
It means a lot. And that's my whole thing, man. And I don't brag on it when I'm out there because I'm working, but I let them know, man, I'm a college coach. And if I was looking at you, I wouldn't take you because of your body language. Because I'm going to get the same thing if you come to me.
Right.
So therefore, hey, everybody's going to make a bad play.
Right.
Chad Johnson done made a bad play. Andre Johnson done made a bad play. Michael Irvin has made everybody who has played the professional sport or college or high school in it has made a bad play. Wash it down your back, flush it, get over it, next play. Because now if you hold on to that, you're going to mess up on the game.
It's going to affect
your game. Hey, man, but it's coming to the point to where 7-on-7 is taking over.
Right.
And it's just one of those things. Now, high schools are probably finna start trying to get involved and try to, have their own vein or whatever. But I just can't see when it's, guys like Month and, Dedication and Respect Sports putting on events that these kids dig. High school, can you really, live up to that? I don't think you have the resources and all that type of stuff to do what DR7 Sports does. When we went to Florida and we went to Tampa, and you had, you had a DJ out there like Nova, had the whole thing like, I mean, it was live,
Right.
you know, and we in Tampa, Florida now.
Absolutely.
And I forgot, like, I think within a day, like over 100-something teams just signed up out of nowhere.
Right.
Like, it's a wave.
Right.
I mean, it is actually a wave. It's so much of a wave, like them coaches had got it to where, like, because remember we was gonna do the thing in College Station.
Absolutely.
Hey man, they was like, nah, because they knew.
A little bit of backlash.
Hey man, say, you know, but hey, let's say just like the dude be on IG, mama, they didn't pay me no never mind. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is, man.
Well, definitely, you know, shout out to Mump, you know, SD.
Yes.
Dedication and Respect Sports. Look out for big things coming. You know, we'll both be in Houston next week.
Yes, we will.
January 22nd in Houston. If you hadn't signed up for that, man, get with it.
I'm going to French's Chicken too.
French's Third Ward, Texas is going down.
Say, man, look, if it's not by UH, you are cheating yourself. I'm telling you now. You can ask anybody from Houston. If it's French's somewhere else, it is not like the one by UH. I don't know what it is.
That's the original.
That's the original.
I'm from Houston. That's the original.
Thank you.
That's the original.
If that church didn't buy that land, it'd still be right there with the drive-through going around and everything, man.
Third Ward, Texas.
Hey, man, ain't nothing like it, bro.
No
ain't
doubt.
Nothing like it, man.
No doubt. Now, before we get out of here, you know, me and you talk all the time, communicate. So you're working on something off the field that you want to kind of talk about a little bit before we get out of here. Shed a little light on what you got going on.
Man, it's called Cyper. So, you know, like on the BET Awards, right, when they come back from like commercial, they'll have the guys standing around, they'll be doing like a, you know, like a cypher, you know, sitting around rapping, battling or whatever. So, man, it's men need to be able to talk about things that men need to talk about, you know. And so with that, I decided to start a group called Cyper. And Cyper stands for Cultivating Your Physical and Mental Health Energy to Restore Faith. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And that's the if you look at the word, you know what I'm saying, that's CYPHER. And like I say, cultivating your physical, mental health, energy to restore faith. You know, and so I even broke it down to like the kids. I got a youth cipher, and it's cultivating youth perceptions, hope, energy to restore faith. And the Bible verse that I tied into it is Genesis 2:8, which I need to put that down too so I can have it. But
no doubt.
Then the Lord God planted a garden in Eden in the east, and there he placed the man that he made. And that's something else too. Like, the man is getting out of where we supposed to be. Head of the household, number one on everything, all that type of stuff like that. So, and the kids, the young men are being affected too. So the group is so men can get together and talk about topics that men need to talk about. Men need to talk about colon cancer. Men need to talk about, as you get older, what's going to start affecting this and what's going to, you know, age affecting this and all that type of stuff. Staying healthy, eating right, working out, all this type of stuff. Just walking 1 hour or 30 minutes, you know, what can that really do to your health? Men need to be able to talk about that type of stuff. So it's just one of them groups, man. And, you know, rest in peace, man. My cousin killed himself. And so one of his best friend, one of my friends, found him. So, like, you know, who does he have to talk to?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
My brother, you know, committed suicide. There ain't too many people I can talk to about that.
Absolutely.
So it's just where men can come together and they can talk about it, you know, and it's a cipher. We get at the table, we sit around and we talk. It's a cipher, you know, but, you know, like I say, cipher stands for cultivating your physical and mental health energy to restore faith.
Well, definitely, that's a deep topic, man. Definitely count me in. You know, we've been talking behind the scenes about that. Definitely,
so
getting something like that going, and you know, it's definitely things we need to talk about. You know, And I can say this, us as black men, we tend to hold things in like that. I'm guilty of that myself. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're stoic people. We try to handle things in a certain way, and then me personally, I let things fester for too long. I hold it in, I blow up, and that's not healthy. That's not good. You know
And
what I
the
mean?
person you blow up on, they didn't do nothing to you.
Right.
It's just at that moment in
You
time,
caught it.
you caught it.
You caught it.
But you know what? That's what we have been taught as black men is to be strong,
Be strong,
don't say
be
nothing,
stern.
hold it in, and be stern and
Absolutely.
all that. But
Yeah.
at the same time, man,
It's unhealthy.
it's unhealthy.
Right.
It's very unhealthy, man.
Right.
Very unhealthy.
Right.
You know?
And I'm guilty of that, and it's just the way we was raised. There's nothing we can do about it. But
Oh, yeah.
talking about it, I definitely interested in we'll keep abreast of the Cyper part of that, man. And I think that's a great name for it. But before we get out of here, share your social media, share SAGU social media. So, if guys want to reach out to you, me and we kind of communicate on a weekly basis about things, but give out your Twitter, social medias where they can reach out to you, man. And if you want to send that film, you want to play college football, you got a place to go. If you're that guy, you know what I'm saying. A lot of times we talk about people getting slept on or that getting overlooked, but sometimes it's just you need the right look. You got that opportunity. Coach Kevin Porter and SAGU is a place you can go play. If you don't get that look that you want, it's a place for everybody. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? It's just about finding a place for you and somebody that has a plan for you.
Right.
So talk about that.
Right, man. My Twitter is Coach P2827 at Coach P2827. SAGU is at SAGU_football. And I mean on IG on point 2827. And on Facebook, if you reach me on Facebook, it's a page that my wife and I share. And so it's Kevin and Everett Pointer. So those are my outlets. That's how you can reach me. Hey, I would if it's about sports, please, use the Twitter, and that's at Coach P 2827. That's the one to use. If you send your film, man, and high school guys, college guys, do not stop going at coaches. Coach, what's happening? What's up, coach? Check my film out. No. How you doing today, coach? And it's not everybody. Some have that etiquette to where it's, hey, coach, how you doing today? My name is, Xavier Bennett, and I would just like you to look at my film. Not, what's happening, coach? Check my film out. No, sir. You wouldn't go at Nick Saban like that. So why you come at me like that?
Right.
What's the difference?
Nothing.
You trying to get a scholarship.
Right.
You trying to come play football.
Right.
Now what's happening? Ain't nothing happening because I'm not even going to respond.
Wow.
I'm not.
Okay.
Okay. I will give you tips on how to do that. But guys, please, if you are watching this, and I will take it so very serious, stop going in coach's DMs talking about, coach, what's happening? Or, hey, coach, just like no introducing yourself or saying, hey, coach, how you doing today? Hope everything is well. What's happening? Check my film out. No, sir. That's not it. That's not it. You don't, you didn't understand the assignment. You didn't understand the assignment at all. If you're trying to get somewhere, there's a way. Because you wouldn't go to your parents like that if you asked for money. You wouldn't say, Mom, give me some money. No, you would ask, Mama, can you help me get some J's? But just like I say, you wouldn't go at Nick Saban like that. You wouldn't go at Kirby Smart like that. Hey, shout out to the Georgia Bulldogs, man. They're talk like
Okay. I was waiting for that to come out.
Hey, look, I'm telling you, as soon as the clock says zeros, bro, I swear I posted on Twitter the video with Phil Mobb and Luda, Georgia. Like, it's one of my favorite songs.
Absolutely.
Like, but
That's
sure,
a jam.
for sure.
That's a classic.
Oh, yeah, classic.
Shout out to the Georgia Bulldogs. They pulled it off. I don't know if you saw it, but Kirby Smart, man, can still play a little ball. He got a little vertical.
Hey, did you see that vert?
Did you see the vert?
Did you see the vert?
I saw it.
Hey, but did you see how he was telling the boy, get down? But
right.
See, he didn't look downfield and seem like it was a lane.
It was open.
No, I got a 70-inch.
Yeah.
So, like, I could see, like, it was
wide open.
Hey, like loop 12.
Yeah.
Wide open.
Right.
Hey, I'm telling you, man. But like I say, man, it's hard to beat somebody twice.
Absolutely, man.
You know, it's hard to beat somebody
Absolutely,
twice.
and I think you summed it up, man. And we'll close it out with that. The great message there at the end. This is coming from a college coach. Listen up. This is why we have college coaches and reach out to guys like this to be on the On Your Mark show. We want to give you that information. Uh, you know, Proper etiquette, your tweets, make sure they're correct. Your Twitter handles, make sure they're
Yeah.
correct. It's hard for college coaches to follow if you. It's my man. What's up? I'm 4-4. Man, make it your name. If your name is Josh Perry, make it Josh Perry 04 or Josh Perry 214. Make it easier. And I'm saying this from a scout's perspective as well.
Right.
It makes it difficult for me to find you if I
man.
can't find your Twitter if it's
Man.
not normal. That's just a little nugget.
It's just a little nugget.
Just a little
man.
nugget to share there, man. And we
Yeah.
appreciate you joining us here on Your Mark show, man. Sponsored by Epic Sports Apparel. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to head down to the San Antonio area, coming with the guys from Front Sevens, 707 Club. Got a few guys that we're going to talk to. We're having some technical difficulties with the live tonight, but we're going to record that here in studio and get that out to you, man. Shout out to my guy, R.L. Martin. He said he got some guys for you.
Hey, I seen RL, man. Like I seen that on my page. He said one guy, hey, Coach P, you gotta get him. Hey man,
Absolutely.
hey RL, we working on it.
No,
we working on it. Real talk.
that's fam right there, man. And he gonna, he's one of the scouts down there. R.L. Martin, 2MG guy, Mac Morris. Shout out to those guys.
Shout out to Mike, man.
Shout out to Mike. We
Shout out to
work
Mike,
hand in
man.
hand. Just chopped it up with them, the guys. Shout out to my guy B. Damone along the wire.
Okay.
For tuning in, man. He's been, man, that's my guy. We always talk behind the scenes and stuff like that.
Right.
But this is the On Your Mark show. Back. Happy New Year to everybody who I haven't seen or told. Happy New Year 2022 is on. We're in studio tonight. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna jump in with Front Seven. My guys from San Antonio. We're gonna record it here. See if I can get it going. If not, then you'll see it coming out this week, man. Big up to Along the Wire for sure. We're gonna be right back here on Your Mark show.